already on sale elsewhere in the world, and available in the UK from July 2017, the new Koleos adds a third string to Renault's crossover-style SUV bow, joining the Captur and Kadjar to fight its corner in a sector of the market increasingly rich in rivals. The list of those rivals is a long one, and includes the Nissan X-Trail, Ford Edge, Kia Sorento, Hyundai Santa Fe and, most recently, the Skoda Kodiaq. The well-received latter is likely to provide stiff competition for the Koleos, not least because it provides the option of a 7-seat format. Why can't I have a 7-seat Renault Koleos? Renault justifies its decision not to consider more than 5 seats on the basis that proportion and styling was more important, rather than dressing up the hunchback, and that the addition of an extra tier would simply cramp second-row space. With a 2,705mm wheelbase, one of the longest in its class, the argument in favor of rear seat space has certainly been vindicated. But as to proportion and styling, it strikes us that most of the effort has merely gone into making the front of a large boxy Renault as loudly as possible. Still, with easy fold, 60/40 split rear seats, a powered tailgate at which you may wave your foot when your hands are full of shopping, a maximum load space of 1,706 litres and wide opening doors to make the UK's Austin 7-sized parking bays even more frustrating, space and practicality are well up there with the competition. Another interesting decision given the burgeoning anti-diesel backlash, Renault has shunned petrol power for the UK, only arming the Koleos with a choice of 1.6 and 2.0-litre diesel engines. The smaller unit is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission and front-wheel drive, while the larger features all-wheel drive and is available with a choice of a 6-speed manual gearbox or continuously variable transmission CVT. That latter option, which Renault's dubbed Xtronic transmission with its attendant 2.0-litre engine and all-wheel drive, is, apparently, slated to be the best-selling model in the UK. Happily, then, this is a rare example of continuously variable transmission that doesn't set the engine bellowing off round the rev counter while the car catches up in its own good time. 7 artificial steps built into the system make a pretty decent fist of more closely matching engine revs to acceleration, which will please old-school automatic aficionados and their ears. For all the easy driving charms of the Xtronic, the manual 1.6-litre powertrain is not to be sniffed at. The gear change is light and easy, the engine more than willing. Both the steering and handling of this lighter variant feel somewhat more engaging, and it offers nigh on 10 miles per gallon more in the fuel economy stakes. Will the Koleos come well equipped? The model lineup is equally straightforward. That choice of powertrains available in just 2 trim levels: Dynamic S-NAF or Signature NAF. With the former boasting a respectably lavish standard equipment specification, it's unsurprising that Renault expects it to be the favoured option in the UK. Full leather upholstery, heated front seats and a powered tailgate aside, the only real goodie that Signature NAF brings to the party is the larger 8.7-inch portrait format centre console multimedia touchscreen. You get a vast amount of driver assistance tech such as automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitor, lane departure warning and traffic sign recognition. Other common safety features such as escape, ABS, cruise control, 6 airbags and ISOFIX mountings on the 2 outer rear seats, are standard on the Koleos. Such a large standard kit list means optional extras are thin on the ground. However, customers can spec the Climate Pack, only available on Signature NAF, which adds ventilated front seats plus heated rear seats, steering wheel and front windscreen should they wish. A high-end 13-speaker Bose sound system and automatic parking are also available. First examples of the Koleos will be available in the UK with a choice of just 2 diesel engines powering 3 different drivetrains, a 1.6-litre unit with 6-speed manual transmission and front-wheel drive, and a more powerful 2.0-litre unit with either 6-speed manual or Renault's 7-speed Xtronic CVT automatic transmissions, and all-wheel drive, 1.6-litre, 4-cylinder turbo diesel, 130 horsepower, 357 Nm, 6-speed manual, front-wheel drive. 062 miles per hour in 11.4 seconds. max speed 115 miles per hour, 57.6 miles per gallon, 128 GkM CO2 2.0 litre, 4-cylinder turbo diesel, 177 horsepower, 380 Newton meters, 6-speed manual, front-wheel drive. 062 miles per hour in 10.7 seconds, max speed 126 miles per hour, 50.4 miles per gallon, 148 GkM CO2 2.0 litre, 4-cylinder turbo diesel, 177 horsepower, 380 Newton meters, 7-speed automatic, all-wheel drive. 062 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds, max speed 125 miles per hour, 47.9 miles per gallon, 156 GkM CO2. We sampled both the 2.0 litre version with CVT transmission and all-wheel drive, and the 1.6 litre car and manual, front-wheel drive guys. Both are equipped with stop-start, an aux strap and a particulate filter. The 2.0 litre variant is most impressive not for the engine itself, but for a continuously variable transmission system which, in terms of power delivery, feels the closest yet we've experienced to a standard automatic gearbox. As long as you don't push too hard in the quest for performance, the artificial introduction of 7 steps in the transmission serves to match vehicle acceleration far more closely to the rise in engine revs than in most CVT gearboxes, yet no perceptible detriment to the freshly buttered banister smoothness that is the hallmark of such systems. However, this is a big car with a towing capacity of 2 tons, and, even if it does remove a deal of faff from the process of making progress, the gentle emasculation of the powertrain by the CVT transmission ensures it's never going to feel exactly sprightly. Moreover, unless you actually select the 7-speed sequential mode and there are no flappy paddles with which play if you do, there's little or no engine braking to slow you into corners, which is initially somewhat disconcerting and, thereafter, a mite taxing on the brakes. Oh, and, the creep facility associated with any auto box should here be rechristened lunge, pulling like a toddler in a sweet shop with every lift off the brakes whilst you dawdle in traffic. Perhaps deliberately tailored to obet off-road performance, but gently alarming nonetheless. By contrast, the lesser, 1.6 litre unit governed by a 6-speed manual box feels far more eager to respond to the wishes of the loud pedal. The gear shift itself is just about slick enough to prevent its use feeling too much of a chore and, in every respect save on paper, the smaller unit actually feels livelier than its bigger sibling.